Putting in this 30-inch or 33-inch sink. So we got our sink here. It's a Vevor brand. It says Tough Tools, half the price. And I bought a welding cart, a little $60 welding cart just to put our welder on in the shop. And I got a video on that. I may put it in the description if y'all want to see it. But it was pretty decent quality for the price it was. Of course, this China, which most everything nowadays is. But Home Depot, this is $100, not $99, whatever. And they had one other like $119 for a different size. But these, this particular one here was 33-inch or 25-inch, because we was looking around, one around 27-inch, but we decided I'd rather have a little bit bigger than a little smaller. We went with the 33-inch, and it was actually, so I want to get all this out, or uncover it and see what it looks like. And I'll throw a link to this too in the description if y'all are interested in it, because Home Depot had one like we wanted, but it was $256. I'm not paying $256 for a stainless drop-in sink. 304 stainless steel, so it should not rust. I think it's at 18 gauge, but it should be pretty good. So let's get this uncovered. So there's what she looks like. That's a pretty big sink. Our base cabinet here is 36. To the edge here is 36. So, all the way up to this edge. So you should take off a little bit for the wall. It'll still fit in there just a little bit and have room. So I'm not too worried about making it fit. It looks pretty good. The flanges, it's got these covers here on them. If you look, it's got this, I guess it's for sound deadening, if I had to guess. It's like a paint or whatever material that is. The flange is pretty thick there. I don't know if the sink itself, other part of it is as thick as the flange is or not. It came with this tray also, so it's all good. Just get it. I think it came with a drain. We'll look in a second. I think it came with a drain for that, but so far that looks pretty good to me. I'm just gonna set this back in there. Yeah, it came with the drain and stuff too. How about that? We got a center mark on our sink, and then a mark where we need on our center of our counter. Line those up, got it the right depth off of the edge here, and that needed at least 1 5/8 inches to clear the inside of the cabinet, which is over 2 inches. So we just put a marker on the outside. Now we got to go back and measure this distance and put a mark inside of that and draw around. That's going to be our cut line. Made a mistake. We said before, because this window was off and all in the cabinet space, and we was going to split the difference between the center of the cabinet and the center of the window, which would have punted an inch over that way. But we forgot, and we centered it off the window, which had it 1 inch over too far this way. So now we got to trim just this side of the cabinet out. I can't believe we forgot that, but it's too late now. We already cut it. So we're going to make it work just fine, but yeah, I got you on this side. Getting hot. All right, epoxy's been curing for 7 days, so I'm gonna go ahead and install the sink. First, I'm gonna do a test fit, make sure it's still Fits in there after, you know, some of the epoxy got on the edge of the opening. All right, it fits. I'm gonna pull it back out, silicone it up, set it in place, and then get ready to put our drain. We got it installed. I used a little silicone tool I had to wipe off the extra silicone, and then took a paper towel and just kind of wiped over. Try to clean some of the parts that smeared out, the little thin layer. So it looks pretty good. I should have installed my little basket here for the drain first, but I didn't, so now we got to put that in. So obviously this piece goes in the basket there, but then it comes with a little tool that you screw this little piece out with. I guess it helps hold it all together. And then that comes apart. So this goes on the bottom, that goes in the top, and then this goes in there and tightens it down, and that's just the key for it. So that's the brand we got. It's off of Amazon. It just says Wee Wee. That's what it looks like, and the head extends down so you can spray. What you laughing at?
The Wee Wee head extends down.
The Wee Wee head extends down so you can see it. Now it comes with these like weld nuts, I guess you call, and some brackets and bolts. I have no idea where they go. My first thought was that it's some kind of brackets to hold it on, but there's nowhere on this to attach it to hold it down, and I ain't drilling no holes in there, so I don't know. There's nowhere for them to go. We don't need them anyway, so we're not going to use them. But we're going to use our drain pieces here. And our faucet here, it comes with the lines that go from your valves to the faucet, so that's good. We bought some lines to go with it, but we can return them because it's already got some we don't need, which is good. So anyway, and then like you said, this right here extends down, so we'll get it all put together. And these, they have the red dashes for the hot and the cold, the blue ones for the cold, so that's good too. It's marked which ones go where and whatnot. And of course the black ones for the actual faucet head. So we can't use it, which this is just to cover up if you got 3 holes anyway. We don't even need that. And it was making it too thick for the threads to go down to put the nut on the bottom, so we're just going to discard this. I guess that just comes with whatever sink. But beware, if you get this sink and you got a 3-hole already, or the faucet, I mean, you won't be able to. I'm gonna stick it back down there without this piece. So that works a lot better now that the threads are reached down in there. And a lot of them, they have threads on this part and the bottom piece threads up on there, but instead of doing that one, this one just sits in there and has this piece. You tighten it down and just clamps them together, and then you thread your drain or whatever up on this. Yes. Because my drain's kind of in the way, I had to raise up the weight some so it doesn't sit on top of the pipe and keep it from coming all the way up. So you can see there, it stops, and you let it down. It keeps it pulled all the way up, but when I had it down farther, it's stopping it on top of it and keeping it down like that, kind of, so. And it still reaches pretty far in there. And we didn't have a PVC fitting or coupling for it, but this is it's just electrical conduit coupling, same difference really. And what kind of, oh, that's just a stop. And then that changes your spray. All right. And, all right. Fill it up a little bit. Let it go, let it fill up and take it out and see if it's drained under there, leaks or not. Actually, to the back is cold and to the front is hot. Make sure there ain't no leaks. Well, I found the book And it did mention what those little brackets were for we had earlier, but the picture in the book it was talking about, or the sink in the book it was showing was not this sink. It was a different model. They had several different models, so I don't think those were even for this because it doesn't have what it needed to use those, which you don't need them anyway. But got this little, I guess it's a drying rack. It's got these little legs on it. Put it in there. Sets up like that, I guess. So after you wash dishes or whatever, you get them out of the dishwasher, you can set them and let them drain or whatever. If you hand wash them, you got the paws, either one of them, and of course swivel head here. It works pretty good. So it actually does say hot and cold on the side over there. Anyway, but I'm about to change this out for this Oak Brook collection. I think this made by Delta, if I'm not mistaken. It's very similar, and the reason why is because this one drips. It leaks under the knob here. It works really good. Works great. Pressure works good. Everything works like it should, except for the fact that it drips right there. So the valve is leaking. And there's a little, I forget what you call that anyway. You can pop that out and pull the hex head set screw out. Pull the handle off. But there's nothing. I thought that maybe there's something under there you could tighten up to get it to quit leaking, but it doesn't. It sucks because it was like 50 bucks on Amazon, which is great. But I'm not going to deal with a leaky dripping valve, so we're going to throw this one in there. This was like 180 bucks. Swap this out. Probably not going to film much of this unless there's something different than how that one went on, but we'll look and see. It's just a slightly different looking. So yet again, we're going to be changing out the faucet because it doesn't leak, which is great, but has like no pressure, man. So I don't know, and I know it's the faucet because the other one I had in there had great pressure. And of course the clip for the weight was missing, which I was going to get if it worked fine. But anyway, so we're going to be taking it out and returning it to the store. I already talked to the guys up there, and they let me bring it back. But I went to a different store because they didn't have any more in that price range. I picked this one up, which is about 10 bucks cheaper, but basically the same, pretty much. And the only difference is just the shape of it a little bit, but it's a different brand. We're going to try this one, see how it does. Hopefully it has good pressure, and I don't know, we'll figure it out. Sent the other one back, and they issued a refund for a gift card balance. And I would get another one of them, but with it being, Amazon $70, Amazon cheaper parts, I was worried about the valve leaking again. Maybe not within a few days like this one, the other one did, but within a few months, if it starts leaking again, it's going to piss me off. So I'll just go with the one right here locally and try it out, or another one locally. So it's this brushed nickel finish. You can see that's what it looks like. There's some parts of it here. Basically, it's the same as the one that's in there now. It has the same style, fittings and all that for it. So I'm not even going to go through the installation. I will say though, this obviously has the quick connect like the other one, but it does have the markings on the hoses themselves, the blue and the red. And then the weight, which has the clip in this one, so we're good on that. All right, y'all, we finally got it installed here. This is the Home Impressions. That's the model number. Got it at a Russell Do-It Center. And that's what she looks like on the picture, but here she is installed. Swivel's nice, cold to the front, hot to the back, like I like it. Got good pressure that way. Old lady was eating ice cream earlier, or last night, and then so on the top, it tells you what's what. So top is just stream like this, bottom spray. Let it down, spray, do whatever you want to. Off. So we're good. So far, no leaks. All right, there she is, all installed. Of course, kids leave bowl and sink, but anyway, so it fits good, works good, everything's all right. On the plus side, it's been a couple weeks or a month maybe, and this faucet is not leaking anywhere here. Got plenty of pressure still, so it's great. I know the video was not about the faucet, but I had so much trouble with that. But anyway, that's solved. problem solved there. But yeah, it works good. The size of it's good. I don't know if they sell a deeper version. I think maybe this is the standard depth. They may sell one deeper. If that's the case and you're looking at one, you may want one, because you know how it is. Like when you get the spoon, stick it out like that and the water hits it and it splashes up, or just anything else, sometimes it splashes up here. But that's the point of backsplash, which I don't have installed just yet, that I will have back there here in just a little bit. And so that's pretty normal. And the other thing I'll say about it, which is also kind of normal, when you're washing, say you rinse a plate off and you got stuff on it and it all flows out, the water goes down and then some of the food, whatever you wash off, is left behind. So then you end up, just trying to rinse it down, which is fine. This is normal pretty much from any sink I've had. It just seems maybe if it was pitched a little steeper, it would flow more down to the drain here. And I have to keep this in there just for like a strainer kind of. But it would just kind of flow more that way. But then again, you'd probably have stuff sliding down. If you're trying to set stuff in here, you'd probably have bowls sliding or whatever. So I don't know. That's pretty normal, I guess. But so far, I mean, that's how she turned out right there. And $100, I'd recommend it. A lot better than $250.